Here are the numbers. Judah 5 years younger than Weis. The height is almost even. Judah with the 4-inch edge in reach. At yesterday's weigh-in, both right on the mark at 140. And let's check out the key rules for this non-title affair. There is no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. If an accidental headbutt occurs before the end of the 4th round, the fighter's ruled a technical draw. If it happens after the end of round 4, they go to the scorecard. So here at Samstown in Tunica, Mississippi, we're getting ready for our main event. Zab Judah versus Omar Weis, scheduled for 10. Let's get the official introductions from our ring announcer, the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you and welcome to Samstown Hotel and Gambling Hall in Tunica, Mississippi. It's time for our featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Main Events, Samstown and Showtime. This bout coming away, ladies and gentlemen, is sanctioned by the Mississippi State Athletic Commission. The chairman is Billy Lyons. Commissioners in attendance, Fred Angelis and Tiffany Davis. Our physicians at ringside, Dr. Jerry Gentry and Dr. Dabney Hamner. Timekeepers at the bell, also keeping count of the knockdowns, Fred Steinwinder Jr. and Raymond White. Introducing to you our judges, scoring this bout from ringside, from Destrehan, Louisiana, Elmo Adolph. From Leland, Mississippi, Randy Phillips. And from Biloxi, Mississippi, David Toronto. And our third man in the ring, the referee in charge of this bout, Fred Steinwinder III. All right, fans, here we go with our main event of the evening. 10 rounds of boxing in a junior welterweight special attraction. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Samstown in Tunica, the time for talk is over. It's showtime! Introducing to you first on my left, he is fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks with gold trim, fighting out of Los Angeles by way of Rosario, Argentina. He weighed in at the junior welterweight limit of 140 pounds even. His record stands at 35 wins, 3 losses, 3 draws, with 16 wins coming by way of knockout. He is currently ranked the IBF number 6 junior welterweight in the world. Introducing Omar Tito Weis. And his opponent across the ring on my right, ready to fight out of the red corner, wearing white trunks with red trim, fighting out of his home of Brooklyn, New York. He weighed in the same as his opponent, 140 pounds even. His record stands at 27 wins, 1 loss, 1 no contest, with 21 wins coming by way of knockout. Currently ranked the IBF number 9 contender. Here is the former IBF junior welterweight champion of the world, introducing Zab Judah. Once again, his referee in charge now to give instructions, Fred Steinwinder III.
Zab. Come on, Zab.
Oh, boy. Look, y'all both received the instructions early in the dressing room. I want you to listen to my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. Both understand that? Touch gloves, come out fighting. Good luck to y'all, man.
Zab Judah looking very much under control, looking extremely serious and pensive. Omar Weis may soon discover that Judah is a lot quicker than Hector Camacho Jr. He didn't say much in our sit-down with him yesterday, preferring instead to leave it in the ring. Here is round 1 scheduled for 10. The southpaw Judah throws the first punch, misses with the jab. While Weis questions Judah's jaw, they'll have to catch him first. For the record, Weis is 4-0 versus Southpaws. Judah has 9 first-round KOs, 12 of his 21 knockouts in 3 rounds or less. He says if a KO comes, it comes. It's not a priority. He averages just over 4 rounds per fight. Weis with just 1 first-round knockout, 8 of his 16 in 3 rounds or less. He averages just over 7 rounds a fight.
You know, Judah's actually a lot more tentative with that jab than I expected. I expected him to come out, step with it, put a little bit of a hurting just with the jab
inside
on his opponent, and Weis not really having much to fear right now. Judah not offensive minded right now.
Now coming out a lot more deliberate than we've seen in the past.
Watch your head. Keep your head up, come on, boy.
And Brett Stein wanted a third, warning Weis for keeping that head really low and coming up with it. That could be dangerous.
You know, we talk about how confident / cocky Judah is, but deep down when he's off great months,
keep your head up, buddy. Come on, let's go.
A 1-punch knockout loss. You have to wonder that every once in a while there might be a couple of questions even running through his own mind.
Yeah, outwardly very confident, very cocky at times.
Break it up, Wayne. Let's go.
But you really don't know what's going on inside his head. And with all the talk about this being more than a tune-up and not an easy return fight for Judah, an extremely confident Zab Judah already hyping a possible matchup with the Obelis Hurtado, any and all top 10 junior welterweights, and ultimately cost Yazoo for redemption.
But right now we're almost 2/3 of the way through the round, and I think for the most part, Weis has been a little more effective than Judah.
Judah slips right near his own corner.
Let's go.
Under a minute remaining of the opening round. A very tentative first round in the return of Zab Judah. Really a feeling out process for Judah.
I think he's being very tentative. I think overly cautious would be the phrase I'd use. He really is not throwing and unloading any of his combinations. Not like he did with Kashazu. Came out there and unloaded. There he walks into a right hand.
And then comes back with a combination, but over the top of Weis's head.
There was a nice left hand.
Now he's starting to pick it up a little bit here towards the end of round 1. Judah missing again with an overhand right hook, I guess, for a lefty. And then Weis missing wildly against the elusive southpaw. As we head for the bell in round 1, a very quiet one for the former champion, Zab Judah.
Right here. See that shit. Yo, you stay here, boy. Stay here. Look, you turn this side. You gotta start digging in his body. When you get up, start digging in his body. All right, a little bit. How you feel? All right, he got nothing for you. And then go, let's keep taking it easy. That's it. Back. All right, stay loose. You see right here? Can't come back with something. All right? Don't let him get brave and try to run in him. He's going to start digging. Put them together, right? Put them together. Let him know, you run in here, I'm gonna hurt you. When you got him out outside, train with that jab. Straight left hand. Down the tight. Finger hook back, step around.
Take a look in the corner behind Zab Judah. Look at this. This is the water right in here. You see his foot step in it, and he just goes right down. Watch his left foot goes back, right in the water, right down to one knee. Good call. Clearly a slip.
Zab's father, Yoel, also his trainer, putting on a pretty nifty boxing exhibition himself in that corner, in trying to describe to his son what exactly to do.
Looks like there might be just a tiny bit of swelling under the right eye of Weis. Weis. So as tentative as that first round was for Judah, I thought Weis was basically won the round by the slightest of margins, being the effective aggressor for 75–80% of the round, and then a few more power shots.
Weis a solid tactical fighter, workmanlike, mostly a counter-puncher. As mentioned, not a big hitter.
Zab Judah now opening up, using some of the arsenal he has.
The thing about Weis is he moves straight back. There isn't much side to side, and that could be very detrimental against a guy like Judah when he attacks. Judah often a puzzling opponent.
Well, the lateral movement is so good. He can change directions and literally move and turn on a dime. He's so hard to hit cleanly. It's frustrating. On top of that, he's a southpaw.
Yep, a free swinging southpaw. He does have power in both fists, so even if you move to your left, it may not help you. But he can be careless.
Work your hands and get your head off.
He gets distracted, which is how he has been dropped a couple of times in the past. In the early rounds.
When you get careless against someone like Kashizu with that kind of power, you saw what happened.
Break it up, step back clean. Let's go.
Yeah, and he got knocked down by guys with less power than Kashizu, too, before him. Jan Bergman and Tehran Millet.
Work it out of there. Come on, don't wrestle inside. I got you. Oh, stop. Break it up.
When Judah drops his opponents, it's often the result of wild swings. Usually punches opponents don't see. But lots of movement and dancing. Not as much as we've seen in the past thus far here tonight. And we're in the end of round 2, scheduled for 10. Here's a left hand, a grazing blow by Judah, but it got Weis's attention.
And Weis came back with a right hand down the middle, which was glancing, but caught Judah on the chin. Judah doesn't really look quite like himself. Again, 8 months could be a little rusty. You got an awkward guy in front of you, too. Weis has a very unique style, interesting, jumps in and out from different angles.
I got you. Stop it. Break it up clean. Step back.
Could be interesting that all the way around.
And he doesn't get intimidated. He's been in there with some tough guys. Omar Weis wearing the black. Good right hand by Weis, but then Weis gets down by a left hand, and down he goes.
Judah caught him on the way in with a great left hand. Weis got up, and he walked into another one.
Weis was off balance when he connected.
Hey, okay, come this way.
He got up quickly, and then Judah took advantage, and there's the bell. Our translator is Juan Vasquez.
Porque no quieres mover la cabeza. Tira o no tira, mueve tu cabeza a este round. Aguántalo para ti. Este round es para ti. Vas a mover la cabeza como quieras.
Just move your head and throw your punches, throw your punches.
Tienes que mover la cabeza, quiera como quieras. Todo el round. Para aguantar.
Weis comes in, he gets hit with it right there. He gets hit with the first left hand. He's a little wobbly. Now watch him backing out with his hands down. Backed out with his hands down, got caught with the second left hand. Flattened him, Steve. Here's the first one on the inside. Now watch him drop his hands backing out. Boom.
Flush on the chin, and down went Weis.
And Weis, to his credit, came right after Judah.
Omar Weis down for the first time in his career. He's been stopped only once by Elio Ortiz back in 1998 in the 10th. He was down 2 times in the amateurs and came back to win both. But that's the first time he's ever gone down as a pro in 41 fights.
And he'll come back here against Judah, landing some right hands to the head and body. Judah being very tentative. Or maybe just very patient.
I got you. Break it up. Step back clean.
That's probably what he'll say. Judah just missing with a left uppercut.
Don't hold him.
The uppercut is one of his best punches. Judah up to an uncharacteristically slow start, but effective in round 2.
Well, you know what? As I'm watching this fight unfold, Judah seems to be taking on the position of counterpuncher. He sees that Weis is going to come at him, comes at him in herky-jerky angles. He's waiting on him, not combinations, but 1 and 2 big bang counters, and that's been effective so far. But here comes Weis.
And Judah with his hands down, getting a bit careless, and it looks like Zab offensively is looking to end this on 1 punch. The awkward Weis may be causing Judah some difficulty.
I got you. Break it up clean. Let's go.
To his credit, Weis has come out this round and landed more of the bombs. Not that they've been so big and so clean, but he's out.
Another big left hand by Judah that startled Weis. Weis got wobbled momentarily, but hangs tough. He's very durable.
I got you. Break it up. Step back.
And you can see in his eyes, Weis has attitude.
A lot of resolve and determination. Under a minute left, round 3.
I got you. Break it up. No, come on, let go, let go.
Weis with blood from the left nostril. Judah just missing with that left hand.
I got you. Break it up. Let go. No more.
Once again, Judah's not really working in his stereotypical fashion. He's not setting up the combinations and banging them on the way and out. He seems to be looking for one-punch counter punches that are going to put lights out.
Judah trying to set up his heavy left with the right jab, but missed.
I got you. Break it up. Step back. Jab. Step back. Jab. Let's go.
Perfect. You keep sharp just like that. Yo, he don't go there. Stay focused. Slip, catch, slip, pop. All your shots you see inside. Every time he lunge, slip.
Omar Weis came right at Zab Judah after getting dropped in the last round, throwing nice right hand leads, pressuring Judah, back to the ropes, outwork him early in that round. But late in the round, Zab sits on him. You see, nice left hand over here. There's a right uppercut and a left hand. And again, he staggers Weis, who goes back with his hands down. He also is going to have to learn to stop doing that.
Okay. Es lo que va a hacer, doblar la cintura.
And round 4, as Weis comes running out. Weis, a smart fighter, tries not to get lured into his opponent's fight, but he's never been in there with the speed and power of Zab Judah. Can he figure out how to land against the tricky, slippery mover, Judah? He needs to be aggressive but not careless, and Judah has to avoid being careless as well, which was a problem in the past.
I got you. Let's go.
Surprised that Zab's not doing more jabbing, making Weis move his head more. When he picks that head up, Zab has the speed and the accuracy to connect. See, a little combination like that, a little sequence like that, Weis wins the combination sequence only because Judah offers up nothing, and coupled with the fact that Weis is the aggressor.
Judah going in reverse.
None of that. Let's go. Break it up. Come on, let's go.
You know, I've had some layoffs in my career, some from injury, some from just, for whatever the reason, not getting a fight in the time you wanted it. And usually when you come back from a long layoff, you take a fighter with a little less ability than a Weis, so I tip my hat to Zab Judah for taking something so difficult. And, you don't always feel in sync. There's a straight left hand by Zab Judah. Both swinging wildly, though.
Weis showing his chin, even though he went down in the second round. But that was a very solid shot earlier on.
Nice right hand he caught Zab with and followed up with another one, too.
I got you. Break it up. Clean. Let's go.
Beautiful combination by Zab Judah.
I got you. Break it up. Step back, jab.
He used the jab to keep Weis on the outside, keep him at range, and then followed up with the left uppercut and another right hook.
I got you. Break it up. Clean. Let's go. Step back.
Judah looks over our way and gives a nod of approval like he's in control. He's got it.
I got you. Break it up. Stop.
He's got it all together. We'll see.
Break it up, Ho. Stop your punching.
Oh, at the bell. Judah connects with a right uppercut, and I'm not exactly sure where that hit. I wasn't sure if it was the upper chest, the neck, or the chin, but it landed solidly.
More jabs, relax. He doesn't have anything. He doesn't have anything. Just relax, relax. More inside with your right. More inside with your right.
Watch Zab Judah. He sits, he waits, and he just fires this left hand right down the middle. Perfect shot. Just sits on, boom, accurate, right on. I think there he should have followed with a right hook, but he didn't. And here Weis lands a nice right hand, falling back with another combination that doesn't land clean. But I'll tell you what, and Zab Judah again closes out the round a little better, using that jab, keeping him on the end of that jab, throws the right hand, then the right uppercut on top.
That uppercut has found a home. Round 5, it's scheduled for 10.
All right, come on, let's go, don't go low. Let's go,
Low blow by Judah. Judah being extremely patient. He's had Weis down once in the second round. Big left hand. First time Weis has ever been down as a pro.
I know, I got you, break it up.
Oh, a smacking left uppercut by Zab Judah made a lot of noise.
He wound up hitting in the chest area, stomach, chest area. Nothing too clean, nothing. Well, the body shot was pretty good, but nothing that's going to land on the chin and hurt.
Take a look at the press row scoring. Judah ahead, but it's close. Randy Hammonds from FightNews.com, Jim Masilak from the Memphis Commercial Appeal, Jeff Young from Boxing Talk Net.
No, I got that. Oh, no. Let's go ahead, come on. Let's go. Yeah, come on, let's go.
Zab Judah, his first fight in about 8 months after the controversial Kostyazu fight. In the white with the red trim, Omar Weis, rated in the top 10 by all 4 major world organizations. In the black, a credible opponent, and some say a bit of a risk for Zab Judah in his first fight back after such a long layoff.
The reason he could be a bit of a risk too is he's an excellent conditioned fighter, comes in shape, comes to fight. Again, not great speed, not great power. If you don't have speed and power, it's going to be hard to beat Zab Judah. It's almost impossible to outwork him without some good speed.
I got you, no.
This guy's coming to fight.
And comes off a couple of victories, 2 victories ago against Hector Camacho Jr., another southpaw, but not as fast as Zab Judah. So that raised a lot of eyebrows as well and got him into the rankings and got him this shot at Zab Judah. Right hand just missed by Weis. Weis comes on again, but Judah able to elude.
One of those right hands landed a little bit, and that one landed even better.
Yeah, Weis coming on a bit here. His punches aren't that hard, though. That's the problem.
But I'll tell you what, he threw 6 sets of 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, and 2 or 3 of them caught Judah clean, and he opened up nothing back.
It's the volume of punches, though. He's accumulating.
But that's the kind of thing where he's using one of my keys to victory and outworking Judah, and I'll tell you what, right there he's doing it.
No, that's on the side. Come on, Omar.
Judah keeps blinking heavily. A left uppercut to the neck by Judah.
Oh, I got to pick it up.
Again, Judah finishing strong.
Oh, all right? Now look, you pulling out them shots. You pulling out them shots now. You pulling out. Don't pull out the shot. Just drop on it. And look, he's going straight right here. You pull out, just drop. Drop. Boom, boom, boom. All day. And stick him around.
Look at me.
Okay, baby? Give me that water. Take the bucket all the way up, man. You're doing good, baby. You're doing good. You're doing good.
Watch Weis in one of his sequences. He'll come in with a jab and a right hand. This one's just an overhand right straight away that lands on Judah, not big and clean. Then he'll follow up with another one. Throws him behind the jab, double jab, another right hand, not as clean. But this is his sequence. That's what he's been doing for a good part of the round. Now Judah comes back on the inside with a nice left uppercut and a right hook. And now another right uppercut, which has been finding a home on the jaw of Omar Weis.
Bobby, Zab Judah may be having a little trouble, I've noticed, with his right eye. He's blinking it heavily. And they were working on it in the corner between rounds. As we hit round 6 halfway.
I noticed that a little bit too, Steve. Some of the punches get through, but Weis also comes in with his head down, and he will charge. He will charge. He puts his head down. It's kind of smart to put your head down when you charge. You leave your chin up and get hurt. But he is aggressive. He's got a little bit of a mean streak. Got some attitude in there. He wants, he means to do some business.
Weis is an Argentinian bull coming forward. How do you have it unofficially halfway?
Well, halfway, I think that Zab Judah's ahead 49-46. But
yeah,
a couple rounds. I thought the first round went to Omar Weis, and then the 10-8 round switched it back. I had the third round even because Weis outworked him, and Judah closed it well, but it gets to be difficult.
Swelling under the left eye of Weis. Judah with about 4 or 5 consecutive jabs. That comes Weis for the right hand to the head.
See there, and then you see, but there Judah does nothing in return, doesn't offer anything back. It's a little bit confusing to me.
And Weis banging his head into Judah. He got the attention of the referee. Weis trying anything. Oh, he goes down, but it's a push. Judah went down, but it's a push.
It was a trip of the legs too.
And that blinking continues in the right eye of Judah.
I got you. Let
the feet get tangled with the southpaw.
Right now, Omar Weis is carrying the fight to him this round. The first minute and a half plus, he's been taking the fight to Zab Judah and winning the round.
Well, with a minute or so to go in round 6, let's see how Judah responds.
Judah has been closing out the rounds well, but right now he's giving away the first 2 minutes of this round pretty much. They're on the inside. Judah not doing any work. Omar Weis letting the hands fly.
Oh, a left uppercut to the chin by Zab Judah. That was an effective punch that Weis just walked right into.
I got you. Stop it. Link it up. Let's go.
See, that one punch doesn't steal the round.
I got you.
Judah missing with a left hand. Mouse under the left eye of Zab Judah caused by a headbutt.
Get him there. Hey, yo. Watch his head go. All right. Something wrong with my face, man. I know. We know what he did. Just relax. Right, work on it. Work. Just relax. You gotta stay, listen, you gotta fight Zab. You gotta work this kid for 3 minutes. Stay sharp. That's why you keep your hands up. Don't worry about it. You're doing great. All right, the little bullshit, he's frantic now. You know what I'm saying? You didn't drop him.
Watch the slip. He's going to go back to corner injuries. I told you, the part of trip. That leg got caught underneath Zab as he's tried to spin out. You watch it from the above angle, overhead. Watch the legs. Left leg right there. It's a trip. And Weis toward the end of the round, using what I thought helped win him that round, the right hand. He outworked Zab Judah. There's a straight right hand right down the middle. Zab Judah not offering up much back. Slow round for Zab.
Jim Waldrop, Judah's cut man. Somebody said something funny to Judah there just before he went out. And he reacted to it. It is round 7, scheduled for 10. The swelling, fortunately for Judah, is under the eye, not really in a dangerous spot.
Don't pass him inside. Come on, let's go.
Weis attacking the body. Now goes upstairs, but those punches were blocked or slipped by Judah. And again, Weis misses with the right hand.
Judah giving a little shoulder in the chin.
Once again, we revisit the subject matter of did Judah bite off more than he could chew and coming back after the long layoff against a tough opponent like Weis.
Some of these sequences, Weis is actually outworking Judah. I mean, Judah's winning the fight, but not by a ton. And there's some close rounds here that could swing and flip either way.
I got you. Hold it up. Bring it up. Let's go. Step back, clean.
That'll be a nice fight to watch with Ben Tacky and Omar Weis. Another exciting fight. Two guys that come forward, that keep coming, want to punch, and want to fight.
Now Zab Judah is complaining about headbutts.
I got you. Bring it up. Let's go. Watch it out. Let's go. None of that.
That's how he got the problem under the left eye.
Zab not really throwing his combinations, though. Looking to load up with one big counterpunch. There's a nice 1-2, but not too much follow-up.
A lot of action from Omar Weis. He's missing most of those punches, but he just doesn't let up. High work rate from Weis,
but not always effective.
Right. But he's staying busy and bothering Judah.
Step back, both of y'all clean. No. Come on, none of that. I know, hey, look. Both of y'all, come on, keep it clean inside. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go.
Some roughhouse tactics, both complain.
Let's go, keep it up, man.
Judah missing with a right uppercut, trying to end it there. And missing with a wild right hand at the bell.
Okay, now do it. It's 8 round. It's the 8th round. This is the 8th round. You have a good condition. You are physically fit. Give me some water. Give me some water.
We're going to watch from an overhead camera. Overhead, you can see the heads bang together right there. Coming in, head first. Zab Judah leaving his head up, and they slam into it. You see Zab complaining to the referee. Followed up, now you'll see a little bit more, a little bit of shoulder action, a little elbow action. Behind the head hitting. All right, getting a little ugly.
It really is. A lot of roughhouse tactics, mostly offered up by Weis. Weis getting the advice from one of the legends of boxing, trainer-manager Amilcar Brusa, who guided the career of Argentinian great Carlos Monzon. Tell you, some guys after losses in big fights take relatively easy bouts to build up their confidence, but that's not the case here tonight. Zab Judah with his hands full against Omar Weis. Weis just keeps chasing Judah around.
And I'll tell you what, Weis' gas tank seems to be very, very full. Is he just throwing, punching, missing?
I got you.
He's headbutting him. Weis bouncing his head off Judah.
I don't think a lot of that's on purpose. He's just so wild and off balance that his head just winds up going in whatever direction his body started.
He's just a very awkward fighter. Usually it's Judah who's the awkward fighter. Weis just does not have a big punch.
I think tonight overall I'm looking at Zab Judah being a little more cautious than usual. Now granted he has an awkward style in front of him, but he just doesn't seem to be quite the same Zab that I knew. Up before Kashizu fight. Let's just throw that out the window for now. Zab not being as offensive-minded as normal, not making statements, certainly not being cocky and flashy, but just something's a little bit off, and it could be just the 8-month timing, etc., etc.
Judah 27-1, 1-no contest, 21 knockouts. Weis 35-3-3, 16 knockouts. Again, the heads collide, and Judah complaining. He wanted to end it there on one punch, and he whipped.
And he whipped, and he started smiling too. laughing at himself.
And he blinks the left eye now. He's having eye problems. This guy Weis is giving Judah all he can handle.
Let's go, please.
Round 8, under a minute. Smacking right hand by Zab Judah. Right on the temple of Weis.
These are very ugly rounds, too. They're close. There's a lot of inside roughhouse, heads, elbows, shoulders, and a lot of holding, a lot of wrestling, not a lot of clean punching. Hard round to score sometimes.
Judah just keeps indicating to the referee that he's getting headbutted. You see the welt underneath the left eye of Judah. Judah goes to the body, to the head, left-right combination. Well, this guy's got some beer. Even though
he's got a lot of attitude, Steve. I like him.
Very durable, a lot of heart. He just got blocked a couple of times upstairs to the noggin, and he just kept punching. And now he waves to the crowd with a big smile.
Good, you're doing good. Great. No, just relax. Low pressure, relax. You're doing good, man. This is number 9 coming up. It's nice round coming. You got 2 more.
Watch the heads bang together again as they come into one another. There you see the heads just smacked, and you see Zab holding the left side of his head. Now watch his wild swing. He did try and take his head off with that right hook. On the inside, Zab Judah working nice combinations, keeping his hands on the inside. Weis still coming back at him. Judah unloads with a nice left-right. Maybe a little too much roundhouse, but Weis is going nowhere.
Weis is used to going long distances. Judah has gone into the 9th only 4 times. As we enter round 9.
Well, I think Weis needs a knockout, and he doesn't have the power for that.
Break it up. Break it up.
Zab's now pulled comfortably ahead. But it's still somewhat of a less than stereotypical performance, I think, for Zab Judah. Very awkward guy, and sometimes the opponents, we'd say, opponents make fights, and awkward opponent to have a great fight against.
Judah is a guy who averages
don't wrestle. Come on, let's go. Don't wrestle
just over 3 rounds per fight. So he is in uncharted territory here. Combination to the head by Weis.
I got you. No wrestling.
And a nice follow-up left hook to the body. But nothing seemed to really phase Judah. Again, not a puncher, not like a Kashizu.
Again, the heads come close together. Off-balance shot there by Judah. Well, the press row is split now.
Let's go step back.
Jeff Young from BoxingTalk.net has Weis ahead by 1 point.
No, I have it 77-75 like the other guys do. One has 77-74 for Judah.
Halfway through the 9th, it's scheduled for 10. Judah coming into the ring without a championship belt for the first time in a couple of years. He defended the IBF junior welterweight title 5 times.
I got you. Step
until
back.
he ran up against a guy named Kashizu this past November and got knocked out in the 2nd round by a well-timed right hand.
I got you. No punching. Let's go step back.
Again, the heavy blinking of the left eye of Zab Judah. Judah working the inside with uppercuts.
Let's go. Get him up. Let's go. Come on.
But Weis continues to be very game.
I got you. Let's go. Come on.
Weis down to the 2nd round from a big left hand, his first time down ever in the professional ranks. But after that, he has shown a tremendous chin.
I got you. Ho.
Judah, with a smile, walks away and fires a right uppercut that missed. Now he's clowning around. Does a little shoot shot on the stomach, and then a left uppercut, and Weis got wobbled momentarily.
You know what? He took a wild swing and went south of the border, did Weis. But he's all heart and good chin.
I got you.
Judah's hands down, leaping in with that straight left hand and that right uppercut, both landing very clean. His reflexes, his speed, that good, his accuracy, all as well.
Yeah, he got hit low there.
He did get hit. I said that before. Weis got a little wild.
Come on, guys. You can do it. You can do it. Just go to the body. Just go to the body, and then go up afterwards. Yes, make him miss. Hold him, make him miss. Some more jab.
You want to see the shots, baby? Beautiful, baby. Boxing beautiful. Finish him off nicely. Keep your hands up. Keep your hands up.
Well, some people may have thought it was going to go this long, but I'm not sure I did. How about you?
Well, I thought that it would take Zab 5 to 6 or 7 rounds to figure him out and break him down. I thought by 7 or 8 that was it. So we're in 10. Clearly I was wrong. But the kid has shown a lot of heart, a good chin, a very good chin. Tough determination, awkward style, and somebody very hard to figure out in time.
10th and final round. And Weis looking to finish strong.
Nice 3-punch combination by Weis. Left, right hand, left hook, right hand. 2 of them catching Zab. Zab's playing smart, knows he's ahead, or at least he probably believes it. Boxing sharp on the outside.
And how do you have it going into the 10th?
87-84.
So you have it Zab Judah fairly comfortably. So Weis needs a knockout to win on your card.
That would be correct.
All right. Well, we don't know.
Or he needs 2 knockdowns to get a 3-point round.
Well, 3 judges. Elmo Adolph, Randy Phillips, and David Toronto. We don't know how they have it. We know how the ringside press corps has it. They have it split. One of them has it for Weis.
Right now, Weis is winning this round with only about a minute 50 left.
So it's your guess at home. What do you think? It's pretty close. Weis was thought to be a credible opponent, a risky opponent, but I'm not sure that many actually thought he would win. But I have a feeling Judah's ahead just a little bit.
Judah's clearly ahead a little bit, but not by a lot. And I think Weis is one of those fighters where in a loss, his stock is going to go up.
He's already rated in the top 10 by all 4 sanctioning bodies. As high as number 5 by the WBO. And he's chasing Judah around. Judah flicking the jab. Let's see if he unloads the left. There it is, but it was just a grazing, a glancing blow to the midsection. 45 seconds left in the fight.
Once again, though, Weis is outworking Judah here in the 10th final round. Judah's not acting like there's any desperation, and there probably isn't, but, boy, you don't like to close on a sour note.
Let's see how he finishes here in the final 30 seconds. Zab Judah in his first fight back in 8 months after the suspension.
I got you, Zab. Let's go.
Left hand off the top of the head. He's trying to take Weis out, but Weis refuses to go. He is a tough guy to get out of there. Final seconds of the fight.
I got you. Break it up. Let's go.
And most are standing here in Tunica. Well, Judah couldn't get the knockout. Will he get the decision? Omar Weis was durable and game, had a lot of heart. Despite going down in the second for the first time in his pro career, showed a very good chin after that. Volume of punches, he just kept coming on and tried to outwork Zab Judah and out-hustle him. But this was somewhat uncharacteristic of Zab Judah. The Zab Judah we've seen in the past, vintage Zab Judah. And you have to wonder if it's the result of the long layoff.
They did it to me, yo.
Ring rust.
I'll be back, but I still won.
What happened to him against Koskizu? Perhaps playing tricks with his head. Some fighters get traumatized after situations like that, although he claims it didn't happen. Continues to blink a lot, though.
fight.
So it could have been a combination of things. Maybe confidence. Who knows? Although that's hard to believe with Zab Judah.
We're going to take a look at round two. Knockdown in round two. On the inside here, Zab Judah's going to catch a beautiful right uppercut here. But then what's going to happen is, a little while later, Weis is going to drop his hands, and the left hand's going to come straight over the top, and that's it. He's on the floor. Watch on the inside. You're going to see a nice little, okay, these hands are down. This left hand is going to put lights out. Okay, the lights didn't go out, but they shut off for a few seconds. And Omar Weis went down, and there you can see him wincing. Round 10, Judah trying to close the show after giving away the vast majority of the round. Working on the inside, sharp punches, catching Weis off balance. And Weis seems to be off balance an awful lot because he leaps in, jumps around, very herky-jerky, odd style. Once again, more Judah trying to counter. Using that left hand. Here he's left uppercut on the inside. Very nice. But still not the accurate, not the amount of punches I'm used to seeing in Zab Judah.
Omar Weis living up to his billing as a credible opponent. We have the official decision. We get it to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. We have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Elmo Adolph, scores about 97 to 93. Judge Randy Phillips sees it 97-92. David Toronto scores it 96 to 93. All three in favor of the winner, Zab Super Judah.
So there it is, unanimous decision for Zab Judah. We hear some boos from the crowd.